Well, it's the third day of Asset Day here at Riot Games. I'm joined right now by Licorice as well as Zven from Cloud9 to talk a little bit about how things are shaping up. Of course, this coverage is brought to you by Alienware. So first off, guys, maybe we just dive in with Zven. I mean, how did you end up on Cloud9? A lot of people speculated at the end of the TSM time you would probably go back to LEC. So why did you decide to stick around at LCS and why end up on Cloud9?
I mean, after TSM decided not to renew my contract, I considered going to the LEC, but I couldn't play in a good team, aka G2 or Fnatic, so I thought there's no point playing in a team that can't beat those teams and just chase the good teams the whole time. So I thought Cloud9 is a good team. They've always been doing well in the LCS and at Worlds, so I thought rather play in a team that can actually win LCS and go to Worlds and improve from there. And the team is pretty good anyways, so I thought this is a good option for me.
I mean, it's interesting you say that because I interviewed Broxa at All-Stars, and I remember I asked him about Broxa coming to Team Liquid, and he said, well, if you're in LEC and you are not on G2 or Fnatic, you're not going to win anything. So North America is a great place, and it sounds like that was kind of some of the calculation you made where you're like, hey, it's so locked up over there that LCS is really a place where you can find success.
Yeah, I mean, it's just playing a team that's not called Fnatic, or G2, sorry. And then even teams like Origin seem pretty strong. Teams like, what's the name?
Yeah, it's okay. I can't remember LEC teams either.
no, Rogue, sorry.
Yeah.
So like, there's like 4 pretty decent teams at least, and there's like some teams with some X factor, like Schalke has Forgiven, decent roster anyways. So playing catch up to these teams doesn't seem like a good option. Whereas playing in Cena is a pretty good team anyways, and you can actually win in LCS, and you can go to Worlds, and then you can get better from there. And I think, yeah, there's just no point.
Yeah. Well, Licorice, how about you? Because the offseason for Cloud9 was interesting to cover. Feels like there was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that we don't know too much about, and I'm sure you don't want to dive all the way into it, but I'm kind of curious, from your perspective, as you're seeing rumors hit Reddit and people are speculating about who's unhappy with who, what was the experience like for you behind the scenes?
I mean, I think that last year as a team, we definitely had some issues, because I think every team has issues. So going into the end of the year, the management's always going to talk to the players, and the players always going to talk to the management and just be like, what do you want to change for next year? Because I mean, for Cloud9, not winning LCS isn't a good year, basically, and especially with our Worlds performance as well. So I think every player gave their input, and then this is the direction we decided to go, and I'm pretty confident that we have a good shot at winning this year. So I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, I mean, what? Maybe you can break it down for me. And I don't know how involved you were in some of the roster decisions, or how much of that is on management and coaching. But why do you think it is that this lineup is going to find greater success than last year?
I mean, I think that we have the chance to just have a newer, a different team atmosphere. Because I think that when you have the same player on a team for a really long time, it just is the team just is a certain way,
Yeah.
It just was Cloud9 with Sneaky, and I think that a lot of fans are actually upset about that, because now it's Cloud9 without Sneaky, and they don't know what that's going to look like. But I think from a player perspective, it's pretty it's more of a fresh slate kind of thing, where you can just take it whatever direction you think is best.
Yeah. And then Zven, similarly, I feel like there were Cloud9 fans are obviously a huge fan of your predecessor, and then they were maybe critical of your performance on TSM. Did you read any of the reactions to this stuff, or did you have any sort of feelings on sort of the feedback you were seeing online about the announcement of you joining the team?
No, ever since I joined TSM, or a year after TSM, I realized that being on high-profile teams and replacing high-profile players like Doublelift and Sneaky, it's better just not read media. I have Twitter on the only show people that I follow, no one else, and I don't read Reddit anymore, haven't done for months, and try to avoid the leaks of Reddit at all costs and all interviews. I don't know what's there, but I don't think there's main positives. When I stream, I see a lot of negatives, but the whole thing with Sneaky isn't really my doing, right? I didn't kick him, I didn't decide anything, I just got told, hey, you want to join this team? I want to join this team.
Really, because I was reading on Reddit, you came up behind him and just stabbed him in the back.
Yeah. I just
brutal.
Threw him out,
Yeah,
I mean, I understand why people are frustrated, and my performance last year wasn't so great either, compared to my previous years. So I understand the frustration, but I had nothing to do with Sneaky being removed from the team, right? It could have been someone else, if not for me. So yeah, it feels kind of bad that it's I'm involved.
Yeah. Well, what What do you think about Cloud9, or what is it about Cloud9 that makes you feel as though you'll be able to kind of return to form over the past year that you had on TSM?
I think so far, from our boot camp, we have been boot camp in Korea now for almost 3 weeks, and judging from our scrims, we seem to be in good sync. We are aggressive in the early game. Library especially makes a lot of plays, which I like. Sometimes a little bit too much, where he makes some coin flips.
I mean, that's kind of his thing, right?
Yeah, that is like his thing. So trying to tone down the coin flips, but keep the aggression. And I think Licorice and Zven are both willing to like start fights. They play the engagers, the TPers, the do something champions, right? And I like that a lot about Cloud9 so far. So I think Vulcan and I were boot camping in Korea in December. Just me and him playing duo queue for 3 weeks, almost 4 weeks. So I think our synergy is pretty good, and I like our playstyle, I suppose. I think we fit in pretty well with Cloud9 so far. So I like how things are going so far.
In the time where we saw Hanser and then even Zven, Biofrost, and Double leave TSM, afterwards a lot of them did interviews where they said, the culture on these new teams is so much different than the culture on TSM, and they felt more comfortable or more at ease. I think Zven said this in several different interviews. Have you felt that as you joined Cloud9? Is there like a marked difference in the culture?
I would say yes, but it could just be the honeymoon phase, because when you have a new team, everyone's like happy no matter what is happening in the team. So right now everyone is smiling and happy no matter if we lose or win. But yeah, I think the atmosphere is different, but there's not a huge difference. I think C9 is good at being serious when we have to be serious, but they're also good at being relaxed and having fun when we're supposed to have fun, right? So I like it so far, and the people are really cool. So.
Do you think after your first loss, Licorice is going to yell at you? He's going to turn and just start berating you?
He's that kind of guy for sure.
Take you backstage.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, I'm curious for both of you, what do you think of the other teams that are headed into the split, headed into the spring split? Because we've seen even some brands change. A lot of players went different places. EG has some of your former teammates on it. Mm-hmm. What is your expectations, your sort of thoughts on some of these other teams?
I mean, for me, I generally try not to focus on other teams too much, because I think that there's always like so much room for growth, like for like myself as a player and also like as a team. So I think that it's always better to put more of your attention there. I would say that TL is still going to be the team to beat, and I think that EG is like now a team that like it's like a team we can't lose to, basically, because they have so many old teammates, and it's like it's like a pride thing. Like we have to beat EG when we play them. And apart from that, I don't know, just beat TL, beat EG, and I'm happy.
Yeah. Which one would you say is going to be the greater rival for you going into this split?
I think TL should be the stronger team. So I think like rivalry-wise, I would say that like TL would be the team. Like it's gonna be like more of like a competition with each other. Yeah. I think that based on what I perceive as like our skill level, I think we should be stronger than EG. But like you never really know, because we haven't seen them play, and it's pretty much like a totally new roster of like players working together. So it's gonna be hard to say.
Zven, do you feel a need to, not to be dramatic, but like redeem yourself? Because I feel like the fun thing about you joining Cloud9 was, as all the roster rumors were coming out and there's all the speculation, people would say like, oh, well, Cloud9 picked up Zven. He didn't have a great year last year. But then I pointed out that like when Zven joined Cloud9, a lot of people were unhappy about that, and then he ended up getting MVP during his time there. So I don't know if you feel like you have a need to prove yourself this year or anything like that now that you're on Cloud9.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think I do have something to prove. I think my first 3 years of my career were really good. My next 2 years in TSM were not so good. So I definitely want to prove that I still have it, and I still can be the best. And this split, or this year, will be my year to show it. So yeah, it is kind of time to put up or show up, I think, for me in my career, basically. So yeah.
Any thoughts on the format changes that we're seeing this year? Because now spring split, lacking championship points, we're going to have Monday night games. There's like a double elimination thing that kind of mirrors what we see in LEC. So a lot of different changes just to the way that the league is structured from a format perspective.
I like double elimination. I think it's good. I don't like that the spring split only matters for MSI. I don't care personally, because I think I will still try the same to win MSI and go to MSI because of the tournament, the experience, the practice you get. But I think some teams might be less motivated to care about spring split. That's always been an issue in the past for Riot, so I'm not sure if that's a good decision or not.
How about you, Licorice? Any of the other stuff? I mean, Monday night games will be kind of interesting, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I would prefer, like for me, just scheduling wise, it's easier to just have the same day off every week. So I'll have to see like how the Monday games feel. I would assume it's not going to feel as good as last year, but just kind of like that's the way things are now. So we're just going to play on Monday and like just like deal with it. Is like just how it is. And then as far as championship points go, I would say I think that it's good that we can send like the best 3 teams to Worlds, like when it's actually at Worlds time. Like that is definitely like a huge pro of like having this new system, but I also don't really like how like little spring matters outside of just making it to MSI.
Yeah. Well, is there anything either of you want to say to any of the Cloud9 fans out there?
I don't know. I mean, it's going to be an interesting year. Hopefully we start strong, but like we might not. But I hope that like you all cheer for us anyways.
I think that a lot of you guys are frustrated with the whole Sneaky tradition, but I want to let you know that it wasn't my decision to kick Sneaky, believe it or not. And I will do everything I can to fill his shoes, big shoes to fill. But yeah, I just want to let you know that I'll do everything I can to be the best on Cloud9 this year and keep going to Worlds with Cloud9. So.
Thank you guys so much for the interview. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. Thanks so much to Alienware for sponsoring that interview just now. Really appreciate them. Movement as well. Alienware's got a bunch of cool stuff. They showed some really cool things over at CES. You can go check out their site and the link below. That actually helps me out a ton whenever you do that. Alienware.com/Travis. And by the way, please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 200K subscribers this year. It's really helpful. 200K in 2020 would be fantastic. And we've got a ton of LCS coverage coming, so that really helps us out. Either way, thank you so much for watching this video, and we'll catch you next time.